Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Juan José Cruz. I'm going to talk about Chichen Itza, how much was important in the past on the Mayan culture, my opinion on how I feel very influenced with Chichen Itza, and some recommendation and activities you can do in there. First, you can see we are going to talk about location. Okay, and it's located 115 kilometers from the city of Merida. If you want to go to Chichen Itza, you need to take the highway number 118 towards the town of Piste. Secondly, that you know, take a look at this picture. Um, Chichen Itza is a very influential place because it's the best of one of the best examples of migratory movements in the early in the early post-classic of in Mesoamerica, and their architecture was a little bit inspired of Toltec architecture too. And this place was the capital of the most part of the Yucatan's peninsula, led by the Mayan League from the 987 to 1200 before Christ. Christ, sorry. Um, Let me brings me to the my opinion about Chichen Itza in my life. So my family is from Calquini, Campeche, the part of my mother's family. So in that way, I feel very identified with Chichen Itza because I think and the stories of my grandparents they from to Chichen Itza. So in that way, I feel very identified for that reason with Chichen Itza because my family is part of the history of Chichen Itza, and that feel very grateful with that. So the next, when I in there in Chichen Itza, I feel very calm and relaxed because I know that my family of the past family was a very important part of of this culture and this important place. Right now, that activities you can do is the final part. So if you take a look of this picture, you can see a guide tour. So this is the guide, and this is the tourist who takes the tour. This is one of activities you can do if you don't know about Chichen Itza, because you can hear and listen about the history of this beautiful place. Another activity you can do in Chichen Itza, but it's very stranger that pass is when the is in the in this pyramid is occurred the play of the lights and shadows that occur at each equinox on the steps of the pyramidal base. So you can see in the images the body of the snake is the shadow and the head of the snake is in the part that is the arrival of Kukulkan is the most important god of Mayans. In Aztec, the name of this god is Quetzalcoatl, but in Mayan is Kukulkan. That brings me to the end of my presentation. I've talked about the past of Chichen Itza, how I feel very identified with Chichen Itza, and some activities you can do in there. Uh, Thank you for listening. Now, if there are any questions, I will be pleased to answer them. No question? Okay. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.